Hello everyone, it's me, Clayton. I just finished watching Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy, Part 1 Siege. That's kind of a long title. But when it comes to the Transformers franchise, it's certainly come a long way since its original animated series in the 80s. It's had an animated film in 86 that made many people cry with its content. It's had several animated series that happened after the 80s with to varying levels of success. And of course, the Michael Bay movies, which I still despise to this day. As in, there are four bad ones, one okay one being the first one, and the only good live action Transformers movie is the one that Michael Bay didn't direct, that being Bumblebee. But this new animated series comes to us from Polygon Pictures, the same studio that gave us Fist of the Blue Sky Regenesis, but also Star Wars Rebels, and also comes to us from Rooster Teeth, surprisingly. So does this new series end up creating a experience that's more than meets the eye? I think so. Let's get to the story, shall we? The story revolves around the Autobots and the Decepticons as they end up going through their war in the final stages of Cybertron. In a similar fashion to the War of Cybertron video games like both War and Fall of Cybertron. Optimus Prime isn't exactly the legendary leader we remember him as yet, and he's allowed to make mistakes throughout the story. And we happen to follow him, Megatron, and various other characters as they try to get their hands on the Allspark, which many fans of the film will be familiar with. But what makes this story different is that there are a lot of other characters that we follow other than Megatron and Optimus Prime, and none of them are humans. All that Transformers manage to get decent amount of... there are several that get decent amount of screen time, though only Bumblebee manages to have a full complete arc to himself from beginning to end. Though a lot of other characters like Ratchet, Ironhide, RC, etc. do return from the original animated series, and they are voiced well here, even if they aren't voiced by their original film and animated series counterparts. The new actors they got for them do their jobs well, and even happen to act as good replacements for the original show's voice cast. I particularly liked the voice they chose for Soundwave, and another character named Sound Blaster who shows up in the series, as they happen to get the inflections just right. Also, I think Starscream did a pretty good job with his role always being the traitor, and not exactly the traitor, but always being the smarmy, silver-tongued guy, who's also not exactly bright when it comes to getting his own power. It's also definitely nice to see a Transformers film that actually gives the female cast members something to do. I already mentioned RC, and while she only shows up for the last two episodes, she does a fine job with her mission. But Elita 1 is another character that's introduced here, and she sort of acts as a second command for Optimus. I liked her character, and I think she actually adds a lot to the series when it comes to both Optimus's character and the Autobots as a whole. And she's just not only a great leader, but also a great fighter. So I hope she sticks around for parts 2 and 3, considering she's really good. The series is just full of great characters like her. But now on to the animation. The animation is given to us by Polygon Pictures, and their 3D animation looks really good here. Stylized, fitting the Transformers' robotic designs, and facilitating a ton of awesome action scenes, with one of them feeling like the Transformers equivalent of Mad Max Fury Road, with red lightning all over the place, and with typhoons and tornadoes going on as the Transformers drive across a sandy desert-like area. It's a really rollicking, great scene that has some great 3D animation that doesn't have the stiffness or the awkwardness you'd expect from a lot of anime shows. Also, the music and the sound effects do pay homage correctly to the original animated series from the 80s, especially in the transformation sound effects. Plus, there's a lot of interesting lore about the Transformers series that some fans will get a kick out of, I know, considering that we don't usually spend that much time in Cybertron in most versions, and this one has us spend pretty much all of our time on Cybertron. I'm sure parts 2 and 3 will have these Transformers land on Earth and they'll come across human characters, maybe. But for now, the Siege portion of the Transformers series is definitely a strong start, and I'll give it an 8 out of 10. See you next time.